To fight corruption, we need to speak clearly, no matter how uncomfortable that would be. Corruption has caused chaos and destruction to countries' economies and to social service delivery. The need to extinguish this vice becomes more pressing with every year. The most absurd part is that corruption is becoming the new norm and the accepted way of life. This is why today, unlike previous speeches, I will be putting more emphasis on the effects of corruption rather than on the solutions. Time and time again, we have provided solutions. We have talked, but have we walked the talk? I am going to show you the effects of talking and not walking the talk. According to the Daily Monitor newspaper of October 2002, it showed that every hour in Uganda, 1 million Uganda shillings is lost due to corruption, amounting to 9 trillion Uganda shillings annually. Uganda has a budget of 48 trillion Uganda shillings and a public debt of 80 million trillion shillings, according to Bank of Uganda. This equates to 50% of the current GDP of Uganda, where corruption equates to 12.5% of the country's GDP. These are devastatingly large numbers that should cause us into panic, cause us to rethink the importance of doing away with corruption. If by 2035, you and I and every citizen of this nation fought corruption hands-on and implemented a zero-tolerance corruption goal, the money saved would be enough to repay our public debt and to foster development of infrastructure and service delivery. Corruption results in two issues such as overtaxation, poor quality infrastructure and services, and large public debt. We're having mothers dying in hospitals. We're having children going to schools not of their first choice. We're having people being led to school and to work because of poor roads. All these are effects of corruption. We are seeing strikes in the medical sector. All these are effects of corruption. The death of these babies because there is no equipment in government hospitals, because the funds were embezzled that was supposed to buy the corruption. These innocent babies are dying because of this vice. The impact of corruption goes beyond the corrupt individuals, the innocent colleagues who are implicated, or the reputation of the organizations they work for. Ultimately, it's the life of the poor rural citizen that pays the highest price for corruption. You cannot solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis. We need to treat corruption as a crisis. If the current solutions cannot work in the system, then we need to change the system completely. It is high time we start focusing on what needs to be done rather than what is politically possible. Say no to corruption. My name is Imani Mathias Yovani, and the fight against corruption starts with you and me.